welcome back to Home Happy Hour, the place where we turn your home into a happy place.
Agreed.
So what are we doing today?
We are doing the Appletini.
Appletini. There's a lot of good memories behind an Appletini. Roger's mom, the first time she had an Appletini, I think she pretty much thought she died and went to heaven.
She loved that.
When we were in Florida, and she could not get enough of them.
We went on a trip to Florida.
It was the first day, the great restaurant where you had 3 drinks for $10. We'll tell you that at another time. She was so excited for the Appletini. We tried something else. We tried some of their signature cocktails or something. And she was like...
That was it for the rest of the trip.
That was it. That and...
Everywhere we went.
Everywhere we went, Appletini.
Wanted Appletini.
Yep. And then we had those really amazing martinis at that oyster bar during happy hour.
With those huge metal martini glasses that held 2 drinks.
And the metal glasses,
doubles.
which was great because metal conducts...
Kept them cold.
Kept them colder longer, and I had these Cosmos. Oh my goch, they were so
good. And they
good.
felt like you needed 2 hands to lift it up.
Yes, especially as you kept drinking.
Especially Mom.
Yes. With her whole thing of Buckashuck oysters.
Oh my
and her
goodness.
Appletini.
That was a trip for first.
Yes,
she had her first Appletini, and you had your first oyster. You didn't.
It actually was okay because Mom prepared it for me.
Yeah, you didn't.
But I wasn't ready to go for a second one. I don't think even if I had had another Cosmo, I was having another one. No. But I tried it, and Mom prepared it perfectly because she knew how to do that. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. But we definitely came home with Appletinis on the brain.
Right.
Especially for her.
So today we're going to do Appletinis, but we're actually going to do 2 types of Appletinis.
A versus challenge.
Yes, a versus.
So exciting.
Yeah. So... Appletinis, when you think of it, green, right? So we're going to use Sour Apple Schnapps for one.
And in the other one, we're going to use Applejack or Calvados and Apple Brandy.
Which I've never had, so that'll be very interesting.
It's going to be new because it doesn't make a green drink.
Right. And then, of course, you think Apple Jacks and you think the cereal. But that's okay. Before we get going, you guys probably have questions. Have you ever wondered where it comes from? Are you curious about how it started, where it came from, what you need to even make a perfect Appletini?
I wonder about that. I also wonder what it tastes like.
That too, because I think
we're
it's
making
safe
2
to say,
different kinds of Appletinis today.
Very different kinds.
I want to know, is it going to be like a subtle sipper kind of drink?
That would be good.
Or it packs a punch?
Yeah, that would
be.
Yeah. But either way, we're going to tantalize our taste buds, right?
Which
is very key for home happy hour, right? So stick around.
And grab your shaker and bring your bar skills and let's go make some apple magic. Welcome back to Home Happy Hour.
So we are going to start talking about the origins of the Appletini. Like some cocktails that are out there, a little murky, not really solidified facts, but we do know that it came about in the 20th century. And it was a combination of 2 very popular drinks back then, the martini and the sour. Right? And of course, they made it green, very colorful, kind of like the Cosmo, and people in their 20s were, in their legal drinking age were like, oh, it's bright, it's fruity, it's, right? I mean, we were just becoming legal drinking age in the 90s.
But for us, I think we were more of the Cosmo generation.
Yes, right.
The Appletini was kind of just after our 20s. Right?
Yeah, just
toward the end of the 90s.
Yeah, a little later.
We were about to hit the 3-0s.
We won't talk about that. That's for another another time.
But drinks like the Cosmo and the Appletini.
Well, they were fruitier, right? They weren't like your typical straight martini, which is vodka and vermouth,
or gin and vermouth. Right?
These cocktails that they started to make kind of became more about how can we attract
the younger crowd.
Right. What is it going to take? Right. Because, after a while, you get through the beer stage, you get through the wine stage, you get through the things that we kind of experiment with when we're younger.
To start drinking real cocktails.
Right, like,
but don't have the palate yet
exactly,
for a real cocktail.
Exactly. And let's be honest, I mean, even in the time that we've been doing this, like, my palate has changed.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Like, I wouldn't touch gin. I wouldn't touch brandy.
Right.
Right?
But we do find that it's easier to get into those liquors that you may not have been attracted to earlier.
Right.
When we do them with a sweeter flourish.
Absolutely.
Adding a fruit.
Right.
Or adding fruit juice.
Right. You know how we love our fresh fruit juice. I guess we should get to what do we need to make our drink?
I think we should.
All right.
Let's find out how to make it.
All right. Okay. Vodka, Sour Apple Schnapps, simple syrup, fresh lemon juice. Or you can use your Applejack brandy. Start with our vodka. Our apple schnapps. Lemon juice. Yes, you know we use fresh. And simple syrup. Pour it in a shaker with ice. There we go. And look, we can garnish this one with a nice little lemon twist. So this one we'll make with our apple brandy. So vodka. Instead of the schnapps, we'll use our apple brandy. Same amount. Lemon juice. And simple syrup. Pour over ice. And in this time we will break the tradition and actually garnish. So
You say it like it's a bad thing.
I know.
We joke that we don't garnish, but we actually garnish pretty often.
We do. So we will garnish. Right?
Well, you typically would garnish this with a thin slice of apple or a lemon twist.
Okay, so which one are we going to do today?
I think the lemon twist.
Probably because we don't have any apples. So
Then definitely
Yeah.
a lemon twist.
So here we have it, our Sour Apple Appletini and our Apple Brandy Appletini. What I should have said when we talked about the origin of Appletinis is I thought they just came from Florida because that's where we discovered them, but apparently they've been around a
Mom
lot
definitely
longer.
thought they came from
Yeah.
Florida.
Mom,
she
as
was like,
far as
we don't
she's-
have this
yeah.
drink up our way. I was like, yes, we do, Mom.
They don't make Appletinis in New Hampshire. No, of course we do. So here we have
Hi, Zuzu.
Hi, Zuzu. Yes, Zuzu's coming to check out what we got going
What
on
we're
here.
doing.
Yeah. So here we have our Appletini. The green one is the sour.
Apple schnapp.
And just want to show you our nice little garnish that Raj was so kind to. Zuzu.
You
Okay.
can't eat lemon peels.
Yeah. No. So no, I know. I know. It sounds
know.
good. Yes, it sounds good. So let's start with our original Appletini, shall we? So
The green one.
the green one. Salud.
Salute.
definitely get that apple right off the bat.
And it has a little tartness to it.
It does.
I think it's very good, but I think that it might benefit from just a little bit more of the simple syrup.
Yeah.
Because we use the sour apple, not just a
Right.
not just a green apple schnapps.
Right,
we
right.
use sour apple schnapps. So there's a little bit more sourness there.
Yes.
I don't mind it.
No, and again, if you like sour things, like if you were the kid who did the Sour Patches, the Sour Patch Kids or the Warheads,
Well, sweet
Right.
tarts,
anything like that, right?
Sour, I love that.
Then you don't need anything extra. Remember that when we give you these recipes, there's always room to play with it.
We
right?
do.
We do all the time. We always start with the original recipe, and then we
Right.
go from there.
Plus, we have some friends who like their drinks sweeter. So
Exactly.
quite often we'll add a little extra quarter
right.
ounce of simple syrup to their drinks.
Right.
Just so that everybody's enjoying them. That's the point.
Exactly. I will say what I do like about the sour apple, aside from the fact that it's tart, is that it's refreshing.
For sure.
You know, I just took another sip, and I think the sourness after the first sip, it kind of is a little more subtle. Maybe it's just me.
No, I completely agree. It's almost like the first sip, the lemon juice cleans your palate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you're getting more of that tartness.
Right, right.
But sips after that,
Yeah.
I tasted a lot more sugar in that. I wouldn't add, I'd change my mind.
Right.
I would not add extra
It
simple syrup
depends.
to it.
If you like sweeter, definitely add. Right.
Sure.
But
for
think,
me,
yeah, I
it's
think
kind of
definitely
right
this is
on
perfect.
point.
Yeah.
I
We
get
like tart.
apple taste for
Yes.
sure. Kind of an apple Jolly Rancher
Yeah.
ness
Yeah.
to it,
I
right?
guess you could always put an apple Jolly Rancher in one of these, but
That would be a great garnish. I don't know how you'd get it on a stick. This is
got the
actually
lemon
nice
too.
because you get the smell of the lemon.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it kind of increases the citrusness of the drink.
Yeah, I don't know that citrusness is a word. Okay, whatever.
Word.
Anyways, so let's move on to our apple brandy.
The
martini.
apple brandy version.
The apple jack. So again, we'll start with our little salut.
Salud.
Noticing that it's a brandy color. It's not green because we used apple brandy.
Yeah. Not
So-
like any Appletini I've ever seen anyone else get served.
Nope.
That is completely different.
Night and day.
Completely different. I love this one.
Not sure.
I think the brandy brings caramel notes to it that this one doesn't have.
Again, not a brandy drinker.
And I am. Which is why I like it.
I don't think it's bad.
It isn't super strong apple flavor.
No, I think after this one, that's what I
Expecting
was
it to
looking
be-
right because you said apple brandy and I'm like
Right.
apple.
This is smoother.
Yes.
I don't get
It
the
is
tartness
not-
in this
no.
at all.
No.
There's an elevated level of, it's not even sweetness. It's just overall, it's smoother.
It's very smooth. When you start talking about sour apple,
It's
lemon,
kind of
again,
like, I feel like this is the drink I would have wanted in my 20s. And this is the drink I want
because you're an old man.
older than dirt. Which is actually on a hat that she gave me for a gift once.
Exactly.
I still wear it
Yep.
because it's true. Oh, they're
Right.
completely
I
different
don't
drinks.
even think it's worth calling this a challenge. I think it's
Oh,
just
I do. I mean,
Well-
it's kind of like the espresso martini versus the carajillo. They were so different that you couldn't actually compare.
if you take a sip of this and hold it in your mouth a little longer, the flavors reach your palate differently.
Yes. So on my second sip of this,
Mm-hmm.
maybe my third,
Lost count after the first 5.
I felt the same way. Like
Mhm.
there was complexity there
Mm.
that is not in this, which is not in and of itself a good thing. I definitely get brandy flavor.
I do get that brandy. I think if I were to add something to this to make it sweeter,
Caramel vodka.
or line the glass with caramel.
Yes, because I do get caramel notes from it, but it's brandy
The
based
brandy
caramel
is
notes.
right. The brandy is
It's
very
not
yeah.
super strong,
No.
but a caramel rim.
Yeah, either caramel rim or a little drizzle of caramel on the bottom or something, like just something to add to the richness of the flavor.
Just drizzled around the inside of the glass.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Or
it would make it like a dessert.
It depends on how much you use, right? If it's just like a little, I think it's something you'd have to play with, right?
Yeah.
It's not something that you can be like, oh, let's just, whoop. Or, you know, maybe it's like what we did with the margaritas where you do half.
Yes.
Like not a full.
Yes.
If I had to pick between the two.
So you would
I would
go
do
with
the
that.
Appletini, the sour apple.
I would order this one.
Right.
Before I would order this one.
Right.
I like them both.
Absolutely. I'm more partial to the sour Appletini.
Much more traditional.
It's not even that. I like sour. I like tart. Right? So for me, this is...
And this one has none of that sour tartness.
No, absolutely. But if you wanted a subtle sipper, this one.
Exactly.
Right?
Something that packs a punch.
This one.
This one.
Yeah, right. Like,
although, in truth, they both have the same amount of alcohol and they are both going to pack the same punch.
Right.
Hence, we're putting up the little, like, warning, drink responsibly.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
I do think this is something, sitting at a bar, I would enjoy over conversation.
Yes.
Right? Like, this one...
It's more like sitting around, we're having a game night.
Exactly. But this one is sitting outside a fire pit, having conversation, just taking your time.
It is more of an adult, like, sipping cocktail.
Right. Exactly.
You don't want to chug this one.
Because you probably will. Nothing good will happen from it. This would be a great
New Year's Eve drink.
New Year's Eve drink.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
I think this would be great on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, so that's our verses. Our Sour Apple Appletini, our Apple Brandy Appletini. Both great, both very different. So thank you for joining us. Click, subscribe.
Watch another video.
Watch another video. And enjoy your Appletinis. Here's to Mom.
Oh. So are these going in the book? Which one is going in the book?
This one will go in the book. You know what? They both will go in the book.
I think they both go in the book. We're kind of split on this one.
Yeah.
So I think they both make the book. But this one we'll call Mom's Appletini. Because this is exactly what she envisioned as Appletini.
And this one we'll just call Fireside Appletini.
Fireside Appletini.
Yeah.
Oh, you have some good ideas sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah. All right. So thanks for joining us today on our Home Happy Hour Appletini Challenge. So as we wind down our Appletini Challenge.
Now we need to get you involved.
Right, exactly. What do you like? You know, do you have an Appletini recipe that is neither of these? That maybe you've like, this is the Appletini go-to recipe for me and my friends. We want to hear from you. We want to try what you guys make.
How about you make both of these?
Yeah.
The recipes are down below in the description. Mm-hmm. Make both of them and tell us which one you like best.
So subscribe.
Watch another video.
Watch another video. Send us your ideas and your wonderful drink recipes. We'd love to share them with everybody else. Take care. Bye.
Bye.